Welcome back to my Lobotomy Corporation bedtime story reading. This is Hitori, and I will be helping you fall asleep with some ambient audio and awesome OST from our favorite game as I learn more about Lobotomy Corporation's abnormalities. In the last video, we read about Spider-Bud. This time, we will read about Porccubus. This is now the 39th abnormality in Lob Corp reading. Check the entire playlist on the card on the upper right of this video. Let's begin. Porccubus O-02-98 is a creature with a long green plant body with a form similar to a mix of a serpent and a stem covered with light yellow spines, and has a red flower with a yellow center at one of the ends as a head, with two small round eyes near the middle. It possesses a necklace around its neck with a red gem. When breaching or using its ability, a small bulb-like part covered with spines will appear on its tail. Ability: Porccubus's ability triggers when its Glyphoth counter reaches 0. Its Glyphoth counter can fluctuate in the following ways. Increase by 1 when getting a good work result. Decrease by 1 when getting a bad work result. If an employee with a temperance level 3 or below gets a good work result, said employee will be killed in the containment unit. After the counter reaches 0, it will breach, teleporting out of the containment room into a random hallway in the facility. It will stay idle in its current position until an employee gets close enough to it. It possesses high HP at 800 and inflicts white damage at close range when attacking. Employees with temperance level 3 or below will receive 2 to 24 white damage from its attacks. Employees with temperance level 4 will receive 3 to 8 white damage, while employees with temperance level 5 will only receive 1 to 4 white damage. Only employees in its attack range will be able to deal damage to it. That is to say, melee weapons are the best option in dealing with Porccubus, and is immune to range attacks. Employees who panic as a result of its attack will die, laughing madly before their head bursts. It will continue to breach until suppressed or the day ends. When defeated, it will deflate and make a sound similar to a balloon. Story: Time for the head to burst. To be frank, life in this place isn't so great. The company says they provide healthy hobbies, but not many people engage in that notion. Everyone looks for their own escape, be it violence, gambling, gluttony. I thought I had strengthened self-control and discipline compared to others. It did help me live a smoother life. Maybe that's the reason I was assigned to Porccubus's containment unit. Yes, Porccubus, where the lowest of the low employees visit. I've heard a bit about what other employees do in that containment unit. They call it the game of trust. A game of trust. What an elegant thing to name it. Omitted. According to other employees, it wouldn't be too difficult to become intimate with it. And once I get along with it, I could acquire all of it with ease. They said when the time comes, Porccubus will lean down so that I easily reach the thorns. It didn't take long until I got to where I could pet it. Omitted. When I first touched its horns, it felt quite prickly. It felt like a giant needle penetrated my skin. Though there wasn't any bleeding and the pain went away after a moment, then there it was, the most intense happiness you'd ever experience. It'd make your knees weak. When I snapped out of it, I found myself drooling. It scared me, so I didn't go back for a while. Then the situation gets worse. You'll get withdrawal symptoms like retching or sweating. Different employees show different symptoms. One employee even pulled out all their teeth because they felt like bugs were crawling all over them. How it felt? I can't find the words to describe it. Remember the greatest happiness you've ever felt in your life? This feeling would be hundreds of times better. You say I'm the last employee in charge of Porccubus. That's understandable. As the brain craves more intense stimulation, at first all I had to do was be lightly pricked by one of the thorns. Now I have to rub my whole body against it to get the same high. I feel like all the blood in my body will rush to my head, eventually bursting it. I've already imagined my head bursting thousands of times anyhow. I have to get going. It's almost time for work. Actually, I'm drenched in sweat right now. Did you notice? Oh, and Porccubus doesn't show aggression, unlike your speculation. It didn't eat us, or bite our heads off or anything. All the corpses were smiling happily. That's all. It just makes people smile until death. No one is to blame. We have to go through hell every day. We're just having a small taste of heaven. You know what? I feel sorry for you. You've never felt these feelings, and you never will. But you have to interview an employee on the edge, like me, while pretending to be decent. Now it's time for my head to burst. Good day. Trivia. The name Porccubus may be portmanteau, derived from the words porcupine and succubus. Its subject classification was the same as Alurians until 0.3.0.7e. It is most likely based on the opium poppy, which was spread in Asia as an addictive drug. So I already got this abnormality at the later runs, and of course the employees would be starting at level 3 for all their skills. And I would always forget every now and then and send somebody into Porccubus's containment unit while they're still level 3 in temperance. And of course, it would always result into a death. Would I restart the run? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Depends if I cared about the employee that I made, if it's the custom one or like it's just like a whatever. It is after all a he-type abnormality, so it would be quite decent to have your level 4 temperance employees level up using this abnormality. Now if you have tips or interesting details about this abnormality, please comment about it down below. If you like, you can also catch my stream in Twitch and here on YouTube so that you can assist me if you're the veteran in the game. If you want more Project Moon content from me, please don't hesitate to like the video. You can also support me further with my Patreon, also don't forget to subscribe. I'd like to thank my current Patreon supporters that are shown on the screen, as well as my Twitch subscribers. I want to always let you know that I appreciate everything you do for me, truly. This thanks is also extended to you who's currently watching. Anyway, until next time, I hope you rest easy.